Yeah. Yeah, I can. Good job, Jacob. It's like a beautiful wave. Ocean wave. No, make the face you were making before.
What's that called? ASMR or whatever?
Right.
That's some real shit.
What?
Where they have like videos of people close up and making like really quiet noises. And like whispering into a mic. You ever seen that shit?
No.
You've never seen that shit?
No.
Like when they whisper.
Maybe in like a music video.
No, they like... It's just a video and it's like a close-up of their like lips and shit.
Yo, have you guys ever done that thing on, I've only ever seen it on the YouTube clip where you plug in your headphones and you listen to the virtual barbershop?
The virtual barbershop?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like they use like, we got to do it after the podcast.
How's
Go to the
the
virtual
volume?
barbershop.
Is it too loud?
I don't know.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Talk?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Yeah.
But the virtual barbershop is where they make you feel like you're in an actual like barbershop just from the sounds that they're playing and stuff. Like they do the buzzer and the sound of the clippers and the sound of someone walking in and moving around, and then the voice changes from ear to ear based on where they are in the room and stuff. It's
Yeah, I don't know. I bet there's something like that for everything, though. Like
yeah, but the barbershop's really well done.
Oh, yeah, no, probably. Like, some
It's
people
a
just spend
virtual...
the...
You said virtual barbershop?
Yeah.
So it's like you got the goggles on?
No. You close your eyes and you just listen to it.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's crazy videos like that online.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, some people are just comforted by the weirdest shit.
Yeah, I want to show you
Weirdest
that.
things.
I want to... Did you just censor yourself?
Yeah,
Well, no.
don't say shit on the podcast.
No, honestly...
Christian.
No, it was too negative. It was too negative.
was
looking down on
We don't
those.
swear on this broadcast.
No, I felt like I was shitting upon those who
Okay.
were...
This girl streams 24/7 ASMR.
Unusual or trivial achievements in scientific reason.
Wait, so this is her life?
This is her just talking real quiet into the mic.
If you shout or make a sound,
People love
That's
this
so
shit, dude.
weird.
People love this shit.
Is anyone else hard?
That's what I'm saying. People put this in their headphones and go to sleep.
destroy or galaxy.
That is fucking freaky.
Yeah, that's a
I'd be
little
like,
freaky.
there's like ghosts, there's a poltergeist in my house.
But it's like when they say when you like go into meditation, like when you go deep into fucking meditation, you have someone else talking to you. That's like when you're weak to hypnosis. So like, who knows what this chick could be like whispering in your ear while you sleep. I am Hitler. Like she could say shit like that.
Yeah, like, ooh,
Gross.
like
Anyways.
do some like freaky shit, like schizophrenia, like cut this person, or
Who knows, bro?
yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
fucking freaky.
Anyways, this is a can opener. Thanks for joining us. We are already rolling, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
Like when you were making the blowing sound, you're like, I want to record
True.
it. It's there, dude. It's a beautiful wave on the Hawaiian coast.
yeah. Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sweet.
That's what we should do for the next hour on the podcast. We'll just
Yeah, we can do.
Yo, who knows? That might be the most popular thing we've ever done.
ocean noises.
I feel like it's a hit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Just dying to be made.
Anyways, I'm Evan Stolpmann. To the left, I have Jacob Van Dyke. Frequent guest. Probably too frequent. You know what I'm saying? Jacob gets what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
A brand new guest. Not a new guest in Jacob and our... In, what word?
In our life.
And Jacob and I's life?
Jacob and I's life. Is eyes... Can you say eyes apostrophe S?
I think it'd be
I think so.
mine and Jacob's life.
Mine and Jacob's life.
Because you would say mine if you took Jacob away from the...
there.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But not new in my and Jacob's life, because he shared a room with Jacob back in college.
That's right.
And we met the legend, Christian Briggs. Round of applause.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Clap harder, Jacob.
Yeah, you're really
Word
good
up,
at
Mike.
this, yeah. Anyways, what's up, dudes?
Not a lot.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to Nicki
Cheers,
Minaj.
Oh, cheers
Having
to
the second album. Having the number 2 album in the country.
for 2 weeks in a row. Actually, she's probably not. Well, will she have number 2 or number 3 this week? Do you think? Behind Ariana
Who
Grande.
came out? Ariana Grande?
I'm pretty sure she's gonna have number 1. Yeah,
Well, definitely. She's huge.
she
man.
is.
She's
Yeah.
huge. Who else? If it's between him and Nicki, if it's between Travis and Nicki again,
I think it will be. I think it'll be like 1, 2, 3.
if Travis beats Nicki again, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, and that would be embarrassing. I don't know. It's such an interesting feud, like quote unquote feud. Like I don't know. It's
What-
just entertainment, as she calls it. But
yeah, true. Yeah, she does say that. When
But-
did she start doing a radio show?
like like it's in promotion of Queen. I think
So
she
it's
did it
only
like
it's only because of the album, and it's only going to last as long as the album is like getting
I'm
paid for.
I'm thinking so. I don't know any details on it. Like I haven't like looked it up or anything, but I think she's like experiencing some real success with it. So
No,
like I'm
it's-
I'm hoping it's like actually like continues to be a thing. Like I'm into it.
It's so crazy, but like everybody now is doing like a radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's like, and it's all so successful. It's so crazy that like even however long ago radio's prime time was, 1970s, like before TV, and now everybody's only getting the idea now to do like a radio show or like a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I think there's been a big shift. I remember a couple of years ago with you, it was more when we came to the city than anything. We saw this old dude like walking around in Nepean, kind of in the suburbs of the city, and he had his headphones in. He said hello to us, and he was a real nice guy. And you're like, man, I'm seeing so many more people walking around with their headphones in nowadays. And I was like, you're so right, bro. Like, it's only been a thing within the last few years.
Yeah, I remember that too. I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Through like everybody doing it, like you see everybody in the city on their headphones.
Yeah, it's kind of strange if you don't.
Yeah.
Well, that also I think goes hand in hand with the like rise of technology.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
So you gotta make sure
Yeah.
you talk like straight, not that,
Like right on my mouth.
not like see it not on top of it, like straight
Straight.
into it. Yeah,
Cool.
there you go. There you go.
Like this, slow and smooth.
And it definitely is, but it's so. What do you? I don't know. I don't like. Jacob loves the idea of ads on every square inch of every single wall of every single building, in every
My-
single city, on every single square concrete of sidewalk.
That's wrong.
Anything.
That's
JP
wrong.
Morgan Chase ad.
That's wrong.
Everywhere, any blank space, no blank space left behind.
That's wrong. I think that
Okay, no, wait. I need to. but what do you think about everybody having like your ear? Like everybody has the ability to like talk into your ear.
I know. I think about that, man.
Is
and
that the same as the advertising thing? Like, is that too much of that is too scary? You know what I mean? Like, I think too many ads is too fucked because it's like you're taking away real life. You know what I mean? It's strange world that we live. We already do live in it, but is that the same for people talking?
I definitely think it's similar, but I think that's more of a justification as to why we should have more ads. And I think the reason we don't have more ads isn't because of some. All right, sorry.
No, you just proved my point.
I'll
so
address
no,
the
it's all
music
good.
thing first.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Because, or sorry, just always having the headphones in, because I think that it is a little strange that we're always distracting ourselves, and I've even been at points where it's like, shit, I have like a half-hour bus ride, or I won't be at Evan's place for like 35, 40 minutes. when I forgot my headphones. I'm pissed, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like I'm dependent
It's the worst feeling.
on... Yeah, literally. I'm sure
Yeah.
a lot of people,
To be
especially podcast listeners, have experienced that.
Bro, yeah, whenever you leave your headphones at home, you borderline think about going and buying another pair while you're out, because it's closer than going back home.
Yeah. God forbid being left alone with your own thoughts.
Yeah,
I know.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. But lately, I've just been not like taking my headphones anywhere for the last couple of weeks, and it's been super nice. Just like being, I don't know. I'm leaving the city soon.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the landscapes in the
Yeah.
city.
Going to the
and
mountains.
been imagining beautiful ads all over the place, and
Remax.
Yeah.
Hearing every single jingle that every single company ever there's
Who is it? Toby Maguire. You have your Jake Gyllenhaal to Brokeback Mountain. Or no, it's fuck. What was his name?
I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
Me neither.
Have you seen
died.
Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Oh yeah.
People say it was good.
It was so good.
Very good. Thing.
But you're moving out to the mountains. You've got your Jake Gyllenhaal.
In what?
Yeah. And
yeah,
Jake.
I didn't even know he was
Oh,
in
and
it.
Jake.
Yeah, like, 'cause-
oh, yeah.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be doing some Brokeback Mountain shit.
Oh yeah. Ride up, herd some sheep,
Yeah,
sheep with
exactly.
mountains,
Climb mountains
together.
Yeah, no, go camping.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think they.
They both seem like very open people. So
Yeah.
that's the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2018.
Yeah. Explore yourself is all we're saying.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not that part of
You got to
the.
be honest. You know?
Not that
We
part of the
still love
Brokeback
you,
Mountain.
Jacob.
I'm just gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay.
But I think that the reason that we don't have more ads in the world is because that more people don't put the narrative forward to put the ads up. Because I think that if we had more,
What do you mean put the narrative forward to put the ads up?
well, because there's a big thing in the United States, and we have a lot of regulations regarding billboards as well. Specifically, in the States, they have the Highway Beautification Act that I think was enacted in like the 80s or maybe the early 90s, but they can't put up any more billboards at all. And we don't, like, if you look at all our billboards, they're crumbling infrastructure at this point, you know? They've been up for like 40 years at this point, it looks like. There's
Okay.
some new, like, sliding ones. But
Okay.
I think that if a lot of buildings were licensed to be advertising space in a way that it could be done in a way that integrated a lot of economic value into the city, as well as making the place look nicer. Like in Ottawa, for example, if across the street there's an empty landscape, you know, right downtown that had like the Red Blacks logo, or maybe the Algonquin College advertisement, or like maybe a Carleton, you know, university advertisement, or maybe like Rideau Tourism.
Where would this be?
On like the side of a building that's owned by a private individual, who, like a residential building, or like you know, typically residential, I guess, because a business wouldn't want to advertise for another business.
What about windows? Like, are you talking about
Yeah.
a giant ad on the side of a 6-story building?
No, and that's where you totally over exaggerated when I think about these ads, because I don't think
I'm
they
just
should
asking.
be everywhere. No.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of examples of, like, you know, empty walls that.
But like, what kind of walls? I'm asking. Like, is it a big building, or like what? You have
yeah,
to,
typically like.
so it's 6-story building. So let's say
Or taller.
6-story,
Yeah.
or taller, and then it would have the ad all the way down the side.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so that's so it would take up a whole side. Well, what about the windows on that side of the building?
But that's what I mean. Like,
You'd
there's
have-
examples where obviously you couldn't put an ad up, but you
Yeah.
could find plenty of examples of walls that are just completely blank space.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Christian? Because I think
completely disagree.
Well-
I don't know. I think it just paves the way for everyone else to do it. You know, like for institutions like Algonquin College or the Red Blacks, like organizations
Yeah.
like the Red Blacks to do it. It just paves the way for people and businesses like, you know, fuck, what are they called? Like the fast cash places. You know, like it just like it
Easy
paves
money for you.
Like exactly, like it just paves the way for like other people to put advertisements up on the side of a residential building.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't agree with that. I think that, you know, like there's probably already, like there definitely are regulations in place for that.
Yeah, you have
So
to
it's
get all of
definitely-
the space approved for advertising
Yeah.
with like a city count. You'd have to go to a bunch of meetings and shit.
My argument for it would be I think it's not a good idea because I think beauty has a lot of value. And if ads could be as beautiful as actual beautiful structures, and there'd be ads on the fucking Taj Mahal, there'd be fucking ads on like the fucking pyramids and shit. Like there'd be ads on this shit. You know what I mean? But people recognize the beauty of that structure, so they don't want to put an ad on it because that will take away from the monument itself.
It definitely would, but I think there'll get to a point where it might be smarter for the people who own the Taj Mahal to be like, all right, we're at the peak. Like, we should start selling some ad space here. Because this is some of the most expensive ad space, you know?
Yeah, but do you see like would you actually think like that would be a good move?
No, I'm kidding, obviously,
Okay,
but
yeah. But I'm curious when the line's drawn. And it would make sense if they made... Sometimes you see these ads and they're super dope. Like on YouTube videos.
That's what I'm saying.
Like on YouTube videos, you see a dope video and then it's like, oh, that was an ad. And you don't even realize it was an ad because you're like, oh, that shit was just a dope video. But they'd have to make it like art. So, and in order to do that, you have to put a lot of money into it. So that's where... Who knows where the balance would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of finding the value in the ad, and because I totally think it takes away from people don't want to see ads. People aren't like, oh, it's smart for the economic system to have ads everywhere, but people in their regular lives are like, I don't want to see ads. I want to watch my TV show. You know what I mean? No one wants to see ads anywhere.
I do. I totally do know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I feel like... And it's not even an issue that I'm complaining about because it's not like a regulatory change I think should happen. It's just I think that there's a lot of opportunity out there for people to lease land, landowners to rent out their space as advertising space if they got it more approved through city regulations, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for more ad space is all I'm saying.
But don't you think if it was someone would have done it already?
There are people doing it in a lot of major U.S. cities, as you see it in L.A. and in New York a lot. Like advertisements, literally
on the wall,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, but even a lot of larger cities, like Detroit's really, not doing the best. But
you get an average of a one view of your ad a day. It's a billboard on the busiest street in Detroit.
But they're seeing a lot of changes through a lot of the art there, I think. Okay, maybe Detroit's a bad example, but...
Who knows? I don't know. I don't live in fucking Detroit.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, me neither.
But a lot of cities...
I heard it's shitty, though.
Yeah, I've heard that
Shout out
once
to
or twice.
Detroit.
But a lot of cities put ads everywhere.
I think it makes them less attractive.
I get that.
I think attraction is such a huge thing in life. Like,
And it could
physical beauty.
And it could definitely be done in a way that would take a lot of the attraction away.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows, bro?
And that's the thing. It's such a fine line for so many people for that beauty to disappear. Like, and that's where I think that, it's not right for any one person to be able to do it, because it just as I said earlier, it just paves the way for things like to continue in the future, and just as it becomes normalized, it would just downward.
Would people get a percentage of that money from that ad since people pay taxes in a city and that ad is on property of the city?
Well, I'd imagine it'd be licensed as a more prioritized commercial zone.
Yeah.
It'd be like, mixed, multi-level instead
totally
of
commercial building.
And so they'd have to pay different property taxes. There'd be economic benefit to the city that way, if that's what you mean.
No, I don't know. I'm lost, bro. I was thinking about Batman there for a second. But I get what you're saying. It would add economic benefit. It would. I think it would.
And it could be done in a way that would add a lot of aesthetic to the city as well and make it look a lot nicer.
Yeah, but that costs a lot of money. I bet it could. Imagine that everyone was... It'd be interesting if everyone was advertising their own brand. Rather than a big fucking Coca-Cola sign on the side of a building that's glowing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
And that is what you see a lot with a lot of the residential buildings that I say, like, oh, why isn't there a different ad right there? Because there's an ad
Heath Ledger. That's who it was in Brokeback Mountain.
Wait, Heath Ledger and...
yeah.
What's his name?
Fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. I've just been so focused on that since that like one point in the conversation. That's
Heath
all I
Ledger. What other movie did he do? He did that Brothers movie.
He was in the Dark
Grimm
Knight.
Brothers. The Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, with Matt Damon.
That's such a classic, bro. Have you seen that?
So good.
Oh, so
I
good.
remember watching that with my aunt.
I
as a
remember
child.
watching that so many times.
I was so into it. I was like,
Did he kill himself?
He OD'd. I don't know if it was ruled as suicide, but he definitely. It was an OD. Like he died on pills.
Crazy.
But super sad. Anyways, sorry. Back to.
Did you see the fucking tweets between Elon Musk and Azalea Banks?
They tweeted. I saw the tweets from Azalea Banks to him about him.
Yeah.
But he responded.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I saw all of this. I didn't know if he responded. That'd be hilarious if he did.
So Azalea Banks is a rapper. She caused a shit ton of controversy. And Grimes is another musician, and Grimes is dating Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is a fucking... He likes to fuck and he likes to drink. Yo, he gets lit. You can just tell. The Grimes like...
What's that Tequila song? I like to fuck.
Yeah,
yeah.
Elon Musk is waking up to that song every day, walking to his fucking Tesla factory.
That is trippy. I thought he was just married to Johnny Depp's ex-wife too. I think
they were dating.
He's been busting nuts, bro. I wouldn't surprise. Johnny Depp's a good-looking man. So
well, she's really famous.
Yeah,
I think,
Amber
too, right?
Heard.
Yeah,
they were together for a bit, like off and on, but yeah.
Wouldn't you just have the utmost attraction to Elon Musk if you were a chick? Like,
see, he's one of those people. It's like it would have to be like I would have to like fall in love with the person. He's not a good looking guy.
Yeah,
you know?
no, he isn't. But just like
not,
the
like...
power, just the physical power. You know what I mean? Like, even I look up to it. I don't look up to it like I'm attracted to the dude, but like,
bro, you always talk about
he's gonna
friggin' getting with Elon Musk.
Yeah, you're always like, I would bottom for Elon Musk.
I would. If Elon wanted.
Can't deny it.
If he was gonna tell me some like SpaceX secrets and shit, I'd eat his butt.
Yeah, you'd get a sick NDA settlement out of it, like agreement. Got like,
yo, I'd totally blackmail him. Oh my god, the incredible amount of money you get.
Take a selfie down there, like eating Elon's booty.
I actually want this in Tesla stock, please, sir.
Yeah.
No, but he was talking to his girlfriend. His girlfriend's like some 28-year-old DJ, like partier Grimes. I've never listened to her music.
Pretty good.
But she's big, right?
Check her out.
She's big, right?
Yeah, like she's
a big artist?
She's known on her own. Like Elon Musk was not her ticket. Like she's known.
But this Grimes
Canada,
artist, this Grimes artist was trying to text Azalea Banks because she's a rapper, and they were trying to do a collaboration on a song, and they were just shooting the shit. I don't know, but they were just talking about Elon Musk having a big dick. And
I missed all of this,
dude. Yeah, they texted back and forth, but it was screenshots of the text.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pee and grab my phone because I need to find this out. Like, I saw the thing about her waiting outside their house.
No, she was texting Grimes apparently, and Grimes was telling Azalea about Elon's huge cock. And
what?
Yeah, man, I would not be surprised if Elon Musk had a big. How do you get through life without?
Yeah.
You know
how do you amass such a fortune?
Yes. How do you get? Kind of like
I always assumed he got so big, like financially and successfully, because it was just microscopically small. You know?
Oh yeah, he's compensating. That would make sense
that would.
too. But he's too humble. You know what I mean? You can tell. He's like, I was blessed from birth. Everything else is gravy on top. But he was texting this. He was texting. Azealia Banks was texting this Grime chick, and then you know how the other day Tesla was going to go private. How he made a tweet about something going private. Grimes texted Azealia Banks because he was like, "Yeah, Elon just got into weed and he really likes 420. He thinks it's hilarious, so he was gonna make Tesla's." Once the stock price hit 420, he was gonna make it private. And I didn't actually check to see what like price Tesla stock is, but he was it's not 420, but apparently he was gonna do it. I don't know what the context was. It might have been Canadian dollars or euros, and then she said something else. That was super, super funny.
Wait, Grimes did?
Yeah. Go.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
go look it up.
I'm googling it right now. Actually, I don't need my phone.
I would think of Elon Musk as someone who already smokes weed, who's like been smoking
Really?
weed. Yeah, yeah. Like chilling in the hot tub with his brother. Like he's a normal guy.
You just think he's unreal, eh?
No, I just think he's a normal dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just a normal dude.
Okay.
But yes, I do think he will save the human race. Am I right, Christian? See, I'm going to be flying off to Mars, and I'm going to be like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
I just think all of Evan's audience should know right now that he has a big shrine with candles of Elon Musk pictures all over the friggin'
But
closet.
then also, like, Azalea, also, like, he sacrifices chickens in his closet. Did you guys know that's a thing? She, like, does voodoo, or, like, not even voodoo, like, she practices some weird shit.
Azealia Banks?
Yeah. Like, she practices some weird shit.
People
and,
are
like,
some trippy shit. That's
yeah,
fun.
she, like, sacrifices chickens and, like, uploaded a video of her cleaning out, like, a ton of chicken feathers and chicken blood and shit out of her closet. It was fucked.
You know what they call that back in the good old days? Witchcraft.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So it posted all on her Instagram story. She was like, "At Elon Musk, you need to contact me ASAP."
No, I don't.
And then, okay, so she's texting someone. Okay, it must be Grimes. So yeah, here it is. So she's like, Azalea is like, "What's up?" And Grimes is like, "Hi, handling sex stuff." I don't know, like SEC, like I don't know. And then, by the way, Elon loves your note. I think he's writing you a note back. And then, oh yay, definitely wants a future collaboration for real. Wow. And okay, like this. Okay,
Who, Elon wants a future?
okay, this is gonna sound.
Is Elon putting out an album?
I don't even know. This makes no sense. I think I'm too high. I'm too high for this.
That would be the most. It's really convoluted. Let's see it for a sec.
Yeah, if you can decipher that. I don't.
Okay,
Something
so
about him getting into weed at 420. Like,
No, this is what he said. And he just got in weed because of me, and he's super entertained by 420. So when he decided to take the stock private, he calculated it was worth $419. So he ran it up to 420 for a laugh, and now the SEC is investigating him for fraud. Like some crazy shit like that. SEC.
oh, SEC. What is that?
Securities and Exchange Commission.
Oh, okay.
So
like
he's charging him for fraud because he ran it up to 420. Apparently. How ridiculous is this?
That is
What?
ridiculous.
That is
I thought there was going to be like
ridiculous.
some weird like organization of a threesome, or like I thought it was going to be like.
Yo, he definitely
juicy
likes to
content.
party. I'm surprised this hasn't happened to him earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't think Elon Musk
I
is
think
that
he
hard
does,
of a
bro.
partier.
I think he is.
I think he is, dude. I definitely think he is.
I know
He
what you
works,
mean. Like
he
I've
works
seen,
really hard. Obviously, it's not like he's partying on a Thursday night. You know what I mean? He's got children and shit. But he goes out once a weekend. You know it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's a thing. He likes it. He enjoys it. I feel. You always see him at the red carpet bullshit. Like
Yeah, that's true.
You always see him at shit.
Yeah,
he
like-
just enjoys the social.
that's part of the advertising portion of his business as well. Though.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, but
he's
I-
a big part of the brand.
I don't
Yeah.
think he would do it if he didn't enjoy it.
yeah, you're right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I really don't. You always hear stories of other famous people talking about the stories of when they met Elon Musk at parties and shit. You
Yeah,
always
that's
do
true.
that.
Actually,
You
you're
always
right.
do
You're
that
right.
shit.
Those are big stories.
You always
There's
do that
what
shit.
was that movie? Was that Hot Tub Time Machine? When no, what was it? When Elon
haven't
Musk
seen that
was
song.
just at a party with somebody.
No.
He's like, "I am Elon Musk."
He was cameoed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
he was
funny.
actually Elon Musk in the movie too.
That's so funny.
I don't remember. I haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine. in a
I don't know if
long
it was
time.
Hot Tub Time Machine. It was some.
Big Bang Theory, Iron Man.
What?
The Iron Man was in Iron Man 2,
round of
bro?
applause that movie was, or that show was canceled.
What, Big Bang Theory? Oh yeah, it's over now.
I didn't
Well,
even
why?
realize.
Yeah, I saw it today. Why is it canceled?
I don't even know,
It was
and I
just
don't
over?
care. It's just annoying.
Man,
I always hated that show.
homie back in the day, Chris Murphy. Shout out to Chris Murphy. We spent a lot of time together. We played a shit ton of video games. We go over to each other's house, and we would probably spend 30 minutes making eye contact because the rest was on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Shit was happening. I watched porn with him for the first time, too. He's a good guy. But he always used to love Big Bang Theory. I was like, you're a fucking nerd, bro. No, I can't find the Elon Musk cameo. I don't care. Yeah, that show, I was thinking about it today. And it's like, how long did it go on for? How many seasons?
12.
12? And I was like, everybody's like, oh, what an incredible run. And think about that. Like, just a TV show, like a crazy good run is like 12 years. And that's it.
Is that even
That's-
12 years? Or is that
It
6
actually is
years?
12 years,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I
12
was
seasons.
pretty surprised by that, too. I didn't realize it was 12 years,
Like,
that
that's
show.
a good run, apparently. It's like, I guess so.
Well, I think
Oh, yeah.
I would say so for sure. Like, it's the lifetime of a TV show can be so short. You know, like
Look at South
you can
Park here, or season 21 or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Season
23, I think they're going
No,
on.
I think it's
See-
22. I think it's 22.
like I bet the average length of a show is like 3 to 4 seasons. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
you know, I don't think they're
Yeah,
long.
even like Breaking Bad. How long was Breaking Bad?
5,
seasons?
I think. Yeah.
yeah.
That was an incredible show.
But you'd like run out of content. Like it's hard. Like I can't imagine being a writer. You know, like having
Yeah, on
to
a
drive
show.
that content and like continue the storyline for these same
Yeah.
characters. You know,
Beyond Breaking Bad, even some of the best TV shows of all time, like Kenny versus Spenny, they only lasted like 7 seasons.
Incredibly sculpted TV show compared to the statue of David. That show was. Just the cultural presence they had.
wasn't that filmed in Toronto?
It
Yep.
was filmed in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah, I was a big fan
So funny. Do you think
back
do you-
in the day.
Do you know if Americans like know it, or is it just like a Canadian phenomenon?
I think Kenny Hotz is a pretty famous dude.
You think
In the
so?
States.
I don't know, man. Remember Spenny's doing like these stupid tours and shit?
Yeah, that's true. Spenny's way less famous.
I know because,
Today, though.
Yeah, that's true. But Kenny Hotz is nowhere to be found. You know,
You're
what I-
right, but I bet he could charge a lot more if he wanted to do what Spenny's doing.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Definitely charge a lot more because Spenny's an idiot.
Yeah, Spenny
I always watched that show. I was so curious if it was an act or not.
Oh, he must have been that stupid.
He must have been because it was.
Did you ever watch
Yeah,
the show? Chris?
honestly I haven't. Like I have not watched it.
Dude,
Yeah.
we have to watch the
You've
entirety
never
of
seen
it.
it?
Oh man,
Never seen one episode?
No, I haven't.
Oh
It's
my god!
I remember watching it on Cribs though.
unbelievably-
I remember watching them on Cribs.
Was there a piece of shit lying in their
Did they
foyer?
Did they do their TV apartment? Because that's not actually where they live.
And it was a house. It was like a house in Toronto.
true, okay.
It was probably their TV apartment.
I think
I guess
it
it's a
was.
house,
I think
yeah.
it.
It was
yeah.
a house. It was like a duplex. Or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it was the like the home that they
It was a
filmed the
brick.
show in.
It was brick.
Yeah,
and
it
it was
was-
half. It was like a tall, long, skinny thing.
Was there like a little like rooftop patio sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it was definitely the house then.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, no, that's my only
Oh, it's so
experience with the show is
funny,
Cribs.
man.
It's
I don't know. I
unbelievably
think
good.
it's only Canada, man. I think it's only Canada.
Was it on Much?
It was
No,
on Much. It
was
was
it
on
on
Much.
Much?
Oh, if
Yeah.
it was on Much, then definitely this is a Canadian thing.
it's only it was
It's
like
definitely only a Canadian TV show. I know that.
I think it was on Much.
But like Degrassi, is that a thing in the States? Like,
Well, it is now because of Drake.
well,
And it-
because of Drake, but like even then before, like because Drake became a thing, like, I feel like a couple years later after his run on Degrassi, you know, like quite a few years later.
Yeah.
And
I don't know about...
And all
Drake.
the episodes of Kenny vs. Spenny used to be on Kenny Hotz' YouTube channel, and I think they were getting like millions of views when they were on there. I think it was becoming like a pretty big...
The show airs on CBC Global and Showcase Comedy Central. So, it was a Showcase show.
Yeah, I used to watch it on Showcase. That's what I used to watch
Is
it
Showcase Canadian?
on. I'd imagine.
Showcase
Actually,
Canada.
no, because that's where...
It's
really?
Canadian.
My Strange Addictions and all that shit is just
Showcase,
Canadian.
Showcase. My Strange Addiction. If you've never heard of that and you're an American, go watch that. You will be fucking terrified.
Ridiculous show.
no, that was My Strange Addictions. That was TLC.
Oh, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
My
Come
bad.
on, get your shit together.
My
You know, I
bad.
think TLC was the first time I saw tits on TV.
Tits?
Yeah,
Really?
boobs. It was like a post and pre like boob job.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
like, oh,
Yeah.
this is. I don't know. I was sick from
Yeah.
home from school one day. Yeah, Showcase is a Canadian
Watching
English
the
language
softcore
category.
porn.
Yeah, softcore porn, and my softcore porn is The Price is Right. Because it was the only thing on. The Price is Right and CPAC.
Yeah.
What did you guys do when you were home from school sick? My mom always used to be like, "I'll get you Gatorade."
I don't get sick.
But not even back in the day.
I
when you
watched
didn't
a
want
lot
to
of
go to
Yeah,
school.
I did used to get sick.
Yeah, that's what
I watched a lot of The Price is
I
Right
used to get sick.
and
I got over it though.
Live with Regis and Kelly.
Live at the Regis and Kelly.
And The Price is Right. Yeah, no, that's what I did on my sick days.
Yeah, I remember The Price is Right vividly. And
I do The View sometimes, and then
I
usually
play
once
games.
once the soaps started coming on, like Dates of Our Lives, that's when I would start like take my nap.
Yeah, I
I'd be
remember
like-
playing games, and my mom didn't want me to play games because she thought I'd stay home, and that's the only reason I'd stay home was to play games. So
Like
I used to,
video games?
Yeah, so I used to like hide the controller under the blanket, and she'd come down, flip the
Mom, I'm just jacking off.
chill,
Chill, I'm just doing regular teenage boy things.
try and get the sickness out of
Yeah.
you.
Try to work it out.
Are you rolling? Oh no, you're just
I was just
kinda
gonna-
rolling.
yeah, I was
okay,
just
so you're just gonna.
I mean, like,
You're gonna do illegal things, Christian.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never stayed home or anything though. I remember
Really?
I have like awards from public school for getting.
I
Like,
remember
perfect
you
attendance.
telling me that in res, actually.
Yeah. I actually
You're a huge bitch, bro.
Yeah.
don't get sick.
That's why he had like a bunch of awards from like the Lions or like the what was it?
Rotary Club?
The Rotary Club, yeah. You're really,
I didn't have awards from them, but that's the first time I came to Ottawa. Rotary
Yeah.
sent me.
I used to be so anxious.
you're a
to
good
go
person.
I used to be so anxious to go to school sometimes because like I wouldn't do my homework. I'd be like, "Oh no, I didn't do my homework, and I'm gonna go to
In
school."
high
I
school?
can't." In public school,
Really?
Like, right around grade 8 to grade 7 to grade 9. There would be days where I'd be so anxious that I didn't do my shit. Same with high school, actually. Yeah, same with high school. Grade 10, I didn't do shit, man. I played video games for the entire year.
Yeah,
Like-
that's good you even had those anxieties, bro. I did not put effort into high school. It was not a good,
It wasn't your best. Like, you wish you had another up at bat.
yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, me too. I struck out, bro. But we all got our second
we didn't
chances.
strike
here.
out.
I loved high school. High
No,
school
I
was so
did,
fun.
bro. High school was a good time. It was fun.
I don't
I-
want to go.
I had
I don't
the
want to go
best
back,
time. I don't wanna
but
go
like I
back either.
definitely had a good time.
It was
Yeah.
interesting growing up in a small town. We always talk about it. It's such a different experience.
Yeah.
And I just think of the one night we
Peterborough's
had that-
not too small.
in the
Peterborough?
podcast.
Yeah.
In the podcast I uploaded today.
Yeah, not as small as Muskoka.
No.
It's still pretty small. It's not a city, right?
Peterborough is
Peterborough's
considered
a
a city
city,
now,
for
but
sure.
like even then, I'm like outside of Peterborough. I just
Yeah.
hate Peterborough is just like
Yeah, I guess you had college.
like you wouldn't refer to being from Gravenhurst. You'd just say Muskoka.
Yeah.
you know, like that's where
Yeah.
Lakefield to Peterborough.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just think about that night where we talked to the guy on Canada, and he's like, yeah, he was a smart guy. He seemed like a wise guy. And he was like, yeah, you got to be thankful for growing up in a small town. It really... And he gave me a different perspective on it than I ever had. He really did that night. He's like...
No, I know. That was a really good conversation. I lost his business card.
Well, it looks
Wait, the one from the strip club?
No.
I was gonna say, Jacob,
No.
you literally
No.
gave it to me last week.
no, it's a guy that
The one with the free drink.
Oh, that's not a strip club. I was like, what business card did I get from a strip club?
You
No, I
said
thought you
it.
met that guy, like, who gave you his card.
No.
Oh, true.
I met that guy at Canadian Tire. Oh, true. No, this guy we met at Mill Street Bar.
Oh, okay.
Remember that time when one of our roommates in our old house had sex with a stripper, and then we found business cards the next day?
Yeah, all over. Like he was
No,
handing
he's
them
like,
out. He was
See, that's
like,
the problem with ads everywhere, Jacob.
yeah. Is people go crazy. You know, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You know, like, that's the problem.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, that was fucking fun. And it was like, but it said everything but stripper. It was like dancer, like professional.
He was
mover.
clearly a professional.
Oh yeah.
It's not illegal in Canada.
Oh, no.
I think it's illegal in Ontario, but in Gatineau, I know it's not legal, or it's not illegal.
Stripping? Stripping's not
No,
illegal
yeah,
anywhere.
I guess it is stripping. I'm thinking prostitution.
Yeah, you're, like,
I guess it's
because he was
too
kind of,
Prostitution's illegal
well,
in
because this guy
Gatineau.
was kind of like an escort. Like, he was kind of like,
It
he
seemed
gave
that
off
way.
serious escort vibes. Like,
It seemed that way, but that was. But I mean, I'm curious to know the percentage of strippers that escort at the same time, especially in Canada where it's not very. It's
probably quite-
It's not even illegal for a girl to do it. It's illegal for the dude or a girl to buy it. Most likely, a dude's gonna buy it, but a girl might buy it too.
what, sex? Or,
Yeah, sex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't be sexist. Just generalize.
I feel like men are pigs, bro. It's just straight fact, right,
It
Christian?
is. Straight up.
Right, Jacob?
Oh, yeah.
But then, one of my friends got some really good advice from their dad one time. And the advice was, never trust a bitch.
That's what we should talk about.
Yeah. Let's talk about
AIDS.
AIDS, bro. Let's talk about how Magic Johnson had AIDS and still played basketball. And how I would never guard him.
Did you know that the cure to AIDS is money?
Yeah, you just gotta grind it up,
just gotta
throw it in
grind
a
it up,
blender, and
throw-
inject it.
Exactly.
You know what Kanye said?
Have you ever seen South Park?
What season was that from?
Season, like, 16, probably.
Yeah,
Fuck,
Jacob's better at
I've
that.
never seen it.
What?
No,
Oh.
I've never,
You've never
seen,
seen
it.
that
Well,
one?
then Jacob and I
What?
just sounded like assholes.
Who injects money?
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's
That's how
lit.
he's been able to live with
With
does he have
AIDS.
HIV or AIDS?
What's the difference? What one comes first? HIV comes
HIV.
first?
HIV. And then it, like, progresses and becomes AIDS.
talking
It
like-
progresses and then becomes AIDS.
True. You want to close that window? I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot to close it when I was
It's
over
all
there.
good. So how does it progress? Like, I don't get it.
It, like, I don't know.
all good, Jacob, that's good.
It attacks your immune system. I know that. Like, it.
So it's a virus.
It's a virus.
technically.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a virus.
It killed a lot of people
It's-
back in the day.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it very much.
Doesn't kill very many people anymore.
Yeah, yeah. See,
In the developed world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
but-
the underdeveloped world,
Yeah,
it
true.
definitely does.
But we do. It's crazy because we do talk about it a lot. And there's this hilarious meme that I saw going around today, and it's like, yeah, we get it. You guys don't like it, but your kids are gonna love it. And it's always like
What?
9/11 jokes.
Yeah.
Like 2001. I know you don't get it right now, but your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's seriously our reaction to every single thing that's happened before our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, it's all jokes. It's
Yeah,
all
that's
jokes.
true,
Let's be real. There's so many Holocaust jokes.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of the time when I see references about the Holocaust, it's in joke form. That's usually the
Yeah.
time you see a Holocaust reference. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows if that's harmful or not? You know what I mean? You know what? Who knows?
I don't know.
What do you think about trolling? South
It
Park-
definitely has its limits. Like, I definitely don't agree with, like, the point of you taking your trolling and it affecting someone else's life. You know, like Logan Paul.
But
like,
how-
it is just such a, like, great example. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, just being on the streets and, like, pulling pranks and, you know, just upsetting and disrupting people's day-to-day lives. Like, I think that's where trolling is, like, too far. You know, I think
Yeah.
that it can be funny, but...
But how do you know the impact of your one racist comment under some YouTube page, or your one homophobic comment under some YouTube page? You know what I mean? Like, how do you gauge the effect? Because who knows that? Because even if that
Yeah.
comment fucking affects one person or makes one person react in a shitty way, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's my thought. It's so hard to have like a serious conversation with a troll. That's why it's so hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never want to be a troll. I want to make jokes and shit and have fun, but I want to be able to have a serious conversation.
Yeah. I definitely know who you have in mind saying
Yeah,
that.
bro. Well,
Yeah.
let's get it,
But
dude.
no, honestly though, I know other people like that in my life too who
Let's be like Nicki Minaj. Give out some awards this week for, like, hoe-ass bitch of the week and shady.
Hoe ass bitch of the week.
It was
It's-
like, it was another word. but-
Cocksucker of the day.
yeah, cocksuck of the day. And, like, I don't know. I can't say the word. No.
Say it.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not saying the N word.
Oh, well, just say the N word, replace the word with the N word, and then say what it was. It wasn't just the N word, right? She didn't just call a segment or something the N word, right?
No, it was like, hoe of the week or
Oh,
something.
you just said it.
Okay,
You said
yeah, because you
we'll
made
we'll
me.
beep it out. We'll beep it.
Yeah,
He-
I want.
yeah. He used some other word for it.
No, we're kidding. Christian's
I was
black.
pushed.
No, Christian's black, dude. We're kidding. Okay, so hoe N word of the week. See, that's what I was trying to
Okay,
get
how
you to
come you
say.
can? I said N word.
Okay,
That wasn't good enough.
No, I'll put my N word over your, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, this is a safe space, dude.
Yeah, we
no
won't
one's
make it
gonna tell-
obvious that you hate black people in the post-editing process.
Give me the thumbnail. Christian in a gown.
Yeah. Make it some clickbait.
What's it called? I'm the clan dragon, or I'm the
Clan master.
clan master. But don't they have something to do with the dragon? Like shit's so like you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, bro.
It's just an alternate
I
reality.
am clan master.
It is an alternate reality.
You walk through the jungle. You see one Hispanic man, one black man. What do you do? And the clan master. Yeah, that shit's fucked. That shit still goes on though. Think about how real that shit is. Still. I was talking to 40 about just like police violence a lot. We had such a long conversation on police violence in the States and how different it is from Canada and how different the relationship or just how people view, because he's from Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not an African American.
Yo, I've still never met this guy.
He's a good guy.
I don't think he exists, bro. I think you're just some schizophrenic. You're gonna move in by yourself. I'm gonna find out years later you've been rooming by yourself all this time.
And that's when you'll find out I'm a genius. If all these characters were fake, I'd be so impressed with myself, bro. I would write a book right now, dog. Like, shit. No, but 40, he's like African, so he's not African American, so there's like a difference between the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a different view of it. But it's so crazy, bro. Whenever I saw a meme today. I saw a meme today and said right wing versus left wing, and it was like a 6 and a 9 on the floor, and it was like some cartoon. It was like the right wing guy was looking at it, and it was a 6 in his view. You know what I mean? And he's like, that's a 6. And then it was the Democratic view, and the Democratic view was like, that's a 9, because they were on opposite sides. You know what I mean? And then it was today, and it was said right wing, it's a 6, and that's what they said. And then it was the left wing, and then the speech bubble had racist in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hate seeing that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy, man. It's just so crazy how much race played a role in the election of 2016 for Donald Trump. Like, was that the main narrative?
Race?
No. Yeah.
I would say so, especially based on the way the major news companies were reporting. It was like black and white, because we had the election the year before.
Bro.
We had the Canadian election the year before. And I remember like our journalists reporting on it and talking about the election based on the areas and stuff.
But even around that
I
time,
remember like the CNN reporters and just from every network, from right wing, left wing, like everywhere, just being like, well, the Mexican vote just came in, and
Well,
like
that's the same with any election, though. Like,
but not even just during the election process, but like Trayvon Martin was shot around that time. Like Black Lives Matter started around that time. Police officers were shot by Black Lives Matter. People claiming to be Black Lives Matter around that time. Like there were protests in the streets of Black Lives Matter around that time, and that didn't start until that time. You know what I mean? It's so crazy to think about the story and how much race was involved. Regardless if it was in with the actual politics, it was, because they'd make crazy comments about Donald Trump making fucking comments about Mexicans and shit being rapists and shit. And then Hillary Clinton saying super predator back in the day.
yeah.
Like, it was so much race that was involved. It was actually incredible.
So much so, but I don't think it was as much. Like, I think definitely it was a hot topic for sure. But like, you know, like Barack Obama was the first black president, so obviously that was a huge focus of that election. Like, I remember so much being concentrated on, you know, this many black people are voting for Barack Obama, this many white people are voting for Barack Obama. You know, like, this is why, you know, like, no one wants a black president, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just like, you know, so much is concentrated on the race. So it's like, it's the same thing, like,
definitely
with
watching
the 2016
Fox News.
Definitely. Well, yeah. Like, I try and like, you know, get a little dabble of everything.
You have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's important.
But, you know, and then definitely these were not the first riots. You know, like, you have the race riots of the 90s. You have like this stuff goes back so much longer than like the past 5 years. Like, this stuff goes back so many years.
Yeah.
And like
how much is the word racist being thrown around now more than ever? I think it's more than ever.
No.
You don't think so?
Definitely not.
No,
bro.
it is. It is.
I think it is. The left.
You look at Justin Trudeau the other day.
What?
Oh, he called like some lady was heckling him about illegal immigration, and he called her a racist.
Come on, man.
Maybe so. Like, I see what you mean, but I think that might be because, like, even 40, 50 years ago, it was like cliche to call somebody racist.
What do you mean
like
it's cliche to call someone racist?
It was like, shut up. Like, they don't hate black people. They just understand. I don't know.
40 years ago, bro. 50 years ago.
There was still racism. That's what I mean. It was
still law.
See,
I
I
was
think
law. There was segregation. There was black and white water fountains.
Yeah,
50
like,
years ago.
But that might be why, like, the word racist wasn't thrown around that much, because it was kind of the norm. You know, it was like, oh, shut up, they're not racist. That's just the way it is, you know?
Well, it's kind of good that it's thrown around, because
Exactly,
it's a dig.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, it is
Like,
a dig. It's like, you don't want to be called a racist. I keep hitting this thing.
It's all good.
You don't. I'm such a hand talker. You don't want to be called a racist.
Yeah.
So when you are, you know, like, that's offensive. You know, like, that's being, like, called a slut. Or, you know, like, well, maybe not a slut, but, like, it's offensive.
Do you ever think a word loses its meaning based on the saturation you use it?
Yes. However,
Depending
I also
on context.
So depending on context. So what if you used racist in a non-appropriate contextual environment? Would you be able to call anyone else a racist with any sort of I don't know, like, viability? Like, you would you have any ability to do that in the public opinion. You know what I mean?
for sure. If it's overused in like a comedic texture.
Not even comedic. If you're in the street,
But
and
for
you're like,
if,
if
for example, though, if somebody was overusing it in like a comedic sort of way or something, and then they were, it could be overused by the, like.
But comedic is a totally different situation, so I don't want to use that example.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what you mean at all.
Well,
then.
like a series, you see these videos of people calling people racist for things that really aren't racist.
Okay,
they
yeah.
may seem racist. They may seem racist, but people aren't actually racist. And I think it's damaging to call someone racist and to use that very strong word inappropriately because it loses its value when you say that.
Yeah, and I think a good example of that would be like all of these videos that you see, like all the cell phone footage that you see of people flicking up their cell phones when they're at Walmart. You know, like when their card is being declined, or you know, like something is going wrong and it's not going in their favor, and then they immediately flick up a phone and are videotaping the entire situation and then posting it online as, you know, like I was experiencing, you know, this racism, this hatred, this bigotry, like just all these things. And it's like, well, there were probably a lot of other factors.
It works that way too. People race baiting. Obviously, there's racist shit in the world, and there is. But there's also race baiting. You also bait people into feeling empathy or trying to be on your side of the war for feeling bad for you because you got discriminated. Because people are genuinely good at heart, and they don't want people to get discriminated. You know what I mean? And then they jump to their side. But if it's a fake story, if you call someone a racist that shouldn't be deserved to call it, and then you have 10 other people calling them a racist who doesn't deserve to be called it, then it gets dysfunctional. And you can't, then therefore it's not a good thing that's being thrown around a lot because it has no value. There's no value in the word anymore. There's no value in it because everyone's just going to take it.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Like being called a bitch. Like being called a bitch back in the day, like 50, 60 years ago would have been like, you just call her a bitch?
Like, I call my mom a bitch. Like, every time I greet my mom, I'm like, hey, bitch.
Exactly. That's
Like-
how normalized it's become because it's just like,
But they used to like slap women back in the day in TV shows and shit.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like there's... That's...
But
yeah.
I guess swearing was worse than that. Because Jesus...
Yeah, swearing is like
God
a different...
doesn't really care if you, like, you know, physically hurt a woman.
Yeah.
As per the Bible, but he cares if he uses he cares if he uses a couple words.
Yeah,
you know what I
cannot
mean?
curse.
You can't use a couple words, but you gotta do what you gotta do in the household.
Exactly. Limit the rights of other people.
Yeah.
You know, like...
That's fine.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that's okay.
That's okay. Just watch your mouth.
And
Watch your
don't
mouth.
jerk off.
Yeah, don't jerk off.
Both those things.
And don't use birth control.
Yo, this is crazy. Imagine if we didn't have birth control. Think about that. I haven't... Shit, that's not true. But oftentimes when I'm in a sexual relationship with a woman, as things get comfortable, I stop wearing a condom after a while because they're on birth control and I'm comfortable with the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's more or
about
less
how
a
much of a-
protection of, like, against the diseases, like, potentially. You
No,
know? Like,
exactly.
it's not...
Exactly. Only after a certain time, but you think about how much of a luxury that is. You know,
Yeah.
people are having sex and like dying. Think about AIDS, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about AIDS.
Yeah.
You might have sex and you might die, bro. A shitty, crippling life.
Oh.
You got any opinion on this, Jacob?
Oh my god, do you remember the How to Love video? Oh my god, that brings a tear to my fucking
I
eye.
need to hear Jacob's because
Oh my God.
either he has a really good opinion
I don't
or
know
he's just staring into space.
No, I don't. I think birth control is really important.
Yeah. Do you think it should be covered by the government?
Yes.
No,
Oh. Okay. 3,
Not
2
here, not
wait.
Not here.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Of all places, it should be here.
Shh. 3, 2, 1, go. Fight.
No, like that's no. I don't know. Like, there's no reason that
I think
men should have all these free protections against disease, against and
Like
birth
what?
control, like condoms and
They're not free.
Awesome.
condoms are free everywhere.
Yeah,
Shut
like,
up, Jacob.
yeah, I know what you mean.
No,
Yeah.
and there is so much more power to birth control than birth control. There are so many, it's a mood regulator. Like it's so important for so many women. So
Honestly,
yes, it
every
should be a
time I
covered
heard-
drug. And I think that even with the OHIP plus, like the thing, like our coverage as people under 25 in Canada or Ontario, I think that it should be included in that. Like that's. Like, there are so many girls who don't deserve to struggle as a part of this because you need to be taking it at the age of at least 13, 14. So at an age like that, you can't afford to do it. So if, you don't have a great family situation, how are you going to get access to birth control? Mm-hmm. You can't afford, I don't know the cost of it, but I know it's not like cheap. So if, you're a 14-year-old girl who lives maybe with like a single dad who isn't the most doting or aware, he's not going to have the knowledge to take you to the doctor and get you birth control. And like, if you as a 14-year-old girl have the common sense to do that, there should be nothing limiting you from doing that.
Good point, Christian. Rebuttal, Jacob?
I think that I'm letting a lot of my biases weigh in on the situation because I have known a lot of girls who have taken birth control, and including girls who I haven't been with in a sexual situation like at all. It's not like that. So I don't have like a bias towards them taking birth control or not. But I've known girls who have taken it and have had really bad like side effects where like it hurt.
See, and
like
that's-
it. And I feel like if it got to a point that it was free and it was the norm for all girls to take birth control, I think that would have some real hormonal effect, especially young girls.
Okay, I gotta remind myself to not step in. Okay, so good rebuttal.
I
Jacob.
just want,
No,
like,
strong rebuttal. What do you
yeah.
say about that, Christian?
Like, I just kind of would want to remind all three of us that we all have dicks between our legs. Not,
It's nice. It's a luxury.
Shit,
It's a
like,
luxury.
as much as we can sit here and talk about it, I can argue for it.
Yo,
you can
I've
argue.
paid lots for condoms though. I've paid over
Okay.
time. I bet
I
you
know
guys
these
have
two.
too.
Tens of thousands,
yeah.
hundreds of thousands of dollars,
If not millions.
You've not incurred. You have not incurred the
millions of
financial.
dollars in custom
emotional-
size condom.
No,
extra.
You've never paid for condoms?
I have, and
That's what I'm saying, man.
But the cost of buying a condom versus the cost of trying to get and obtain birth control, no, that's not an argument. Not there.
But why? Doesn't it make sense that we should
You're right.
pay for it too? But even if you're gonna have consensual sex with a girl or a dude, you can look at the other chick or dude and be like, "Yo, I bought the condoms last time. It's your turn to buy the condoms." The chick's not going to be like, "Hey, I bought the birth control last month. It's your time to chip in to buy the birth control."
Take the condom out of the equation. Like, there's just so many. There's many things
but
that
the condom is a good because it is a true fact that
it is.
it's birth control and we have to pay for it.
It is, and it's like, something to like kind of like connect it to the male mind, but like take it out of the equation. Like, there's so many more benefits to birth control, and like it extends beyond just a pill. Like, there's the thing an IUD, I confuse it with UTIs all the time. An IUD, so like the insert, like the device that you have inserted.
Yeah, the one that looks
there's
like a ship's anchor.
Yeah, like it's pretty freaky looking, but apparently, but like it's pretty effective. Like, and like I know quite a few girls who have like got. I don't want to say received one. Like they got one.
Yeah.
Like they had one implanted.
Chicks that
like,
looked at me in a really seductive
and
way and told me they were going to get one.
And like like it was. And it was a cost for them, like they had to go through the pain of getting, like it wasn't easy. Like that was like they had to experience some physical pain, they had to experience some emotional, like mental pain, and then there's also like the shot. I know like firsthand, my best friend had it, and I know that it affected her. Like it drove her like and her depression, like right
Yeah,
through the roof.
I know.
I think it's hard to argue that the men have it worse on the sexual side than the women.
Yeah, but Christian was right. We shouldn't be comparing.
I think it's a valid comparison, but they're both totally different situations. It is a value comparison, but then you have to look at why you're comparing them. Mm-hmm. And the only reason you would be comparing them is because they're both protection, but it's not like you can.
But you shouldn't base that against your argument as to why it should be, why birth control should be like a free subsidy from the government.
But I think it's a medication. That's how I look at it, and I think if you're young and your parents can't afford a plan to get you the medication you need, I think it should be. We live in abundance. We should be able to provide that to our young women.
Well, even
don't.
like myself, like I know, like having a single mom who was like willing to like put anything and everything like on the line to get me what I needed.
Sure.
You know, like if I needed a
expensive.
medication, you know, she would do anything to get it. So it's like for someone in someone in that situation, like something as simple as birth control shouldn't be so hard.
Yeah.
You know,
That's if I was to vote on a tab and there was a bunch of things that I could vote for to put my tax money towards, that would be a thing I would put my tax money towards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easily.
That's something that I agree with. It's like that's not going to waste. That's going to someone who probably needs it.
Yeah.
That's my thought of it.
Well, exactly. And then you can even just think about it like, you know, lowering the birth, like, you know, like the teen pregnancy rates. And you can like think about like how many low income people just don't have access to birth control, don't have, well, I was just going to repeat myself.
There's a trippy conspiracy theory about estrogen being in our water supply now because they can't filter the hormones out of the water from when people who take birth control piss. They can't filter it out of the water cleaning system. And so we're drinking tap water with estrogen in it. That's a conspiracy theory.
Tap water's fucked anyways.
It is fucked. I drink it all the time. I think about all the lead and all the rust that's going through.
Oh my god, since living with Jacob, it makes me want to throw up how much tap water I've drank. Oh my god, ew. It's so gross.
Why living with me? You live closer to the store that you could get 18-liter bottles of water from.
Oh my god,
I know water cooler that you have. You live literally like 5 minutes closer to it. It's like a 60-second walk.
It wasn't hate. It wasn't hate on you. I'm just saying, like,
That's what it seemed
I haven't.
like.
No, I just haven't done. Okay, clarification. I moved in with Jacob. My water cooler is in storage, so I don't have access to it. And let's be real, do not have the cash flow to go buy all these liters of water at the convenience store.
We on OSAP out here, bro.
Yeah.
OSAP, Ontario Funds, dog?
Yeah, like Doug Ford, you coming through?
Hey, I'm waiting for that buck of beer still, dog.
Yeah, keep waiting.
Fuck that guy.
So many people probably have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, they should look it up.
Yeah, do you have like a breakdown of your viewers like on Tumblr? Like
he does actually. He can see all the analytics.
But there's no one listening right now.
But like
there's no one listening.
Not
it's
live.
No, it's just no.
This isn't Queen radio.
Imagine.
The second the can opener opens, he has 1,000 viewers right away.
Like Bad Baby. Just has those viewers.
No, but no, there's no one else listening. It's only us.
What do you mean?
It's only us.
Like it's just
there's 3 viewers.
There's 3 viewers, and it's only
to
us.
every podcast.
To every podcast, it's only
Jacob,
us.
Evan, and Christian.
I never make it public.
Oh, true. Okay.
Didn't Jacob tell you I'm schizophrenic?
Well, no, because I learned that a couple weeks ago with the whole Luke thing.
No, I just feel. What do you think is a better attitude if you were to try to make content? Do you feel like you shouldn't focus on the people listening and you should just focus on what you want to do, or do you feel like you should focus on the people who are listening and sort of build around that?
Okay, are you trying to experience like financial gain or like spiritual gain? Like what's your end goal from this? Like from
That's a good question. I just like doing it.
Okay, then.
But even business wise.
Okay, well, those are two. Okay, like, that's where I think you need to find a medium, but, like, if business wise, you need to do what the people want.
No, that's not true, bro.
Like,
I don't.
well, like, I think you need to find, like, that medium, but, like, you definitely need to, like.
You definitely have to appeal to consumers business wise.
You need
like
to
in what
appeal to-
aspect?
Like, you need to adapt to what the consumers want. Like, you need to adapt.
What does that mean?
Like,
Like, you have to find your consumer audience,
Yeah.
and attempt to appeal to that consumer audience. If that's your genuine personality, that's great.
Okay, so you think you can fake it?
yeah.
No, I think if your genuine personality appeals to a lot of consumers, that's great. That's the best thing.
But you're
Yeah,
saying
that's like a best
But you're
case.
saying exactly that's a best case scenario. But you're saying that
You can fake it. Oh yeah.
who fakes it?
A lot of people.
I don't know. The really good ones, you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like,
It
and that's
would-
where the whole aspect of celebrity comes into play. You don't really know what.
but it's a different life we're living. Logan Paul is not like
Personally, I come into it with the aspect, I'm not big on the
Yeah.
celebrity stuff and the whole
yeah.
pop culture.
Yeah, me neither, bro.
But you're a lot more into it than I am, though.
I am.
But I approach it that everyone's just trying to promote their business. That's
Yeah.
always my thought to it. Like, I always think everyone's just...
See, I just think the business that I am the most genuinely attracted to is the most transparent business and the most genuine business. That is the business I like doing business with the most. So I feel like that's the business I want to create. So in order for me to create that business and create that environment, because that environment is the brand. It's not the money I make or whatever I get. It's how I made it. So that's the environment of the brand, and that's what'll stay forever. And I don't think it's not for only financial gain. I think it's just the brand I want to make. And I honestly think also in business that's the best way to go. I think it's the easiest way to go. It's the easiest. It takes and it works, especially in this day and age.
Work.
It can work. Just like it can work.
And if you want a brand to be successful, then you need to appeal to people. Like, you need to have that, like.
And I think authenticity appeals to people.
I think it does, but, like, I also don't think that everyone has as open of a mindset as you. Like, I feel like more people just crave, like, that level of. What's, like, the opposite of reality? Like, just,
I'd call it fame.
yeah.
The way that you're...
like, I don't even know. Just, like, I forget where I was going with that, but
But then why do people like Joe Rogan, and why do people like these comedians, and you know what I mean? It's really not there. That's not the entire world. That's why it's so interesting, like being a part of like the pop culture, and then not being a part of the pop culture. There's so much, so many brands, so many people that live in such different worlds.
And see, that's where I feel like sometimes it's almost dangerous to be too analytical about the things that you do like, because you can end up just, I don't know, focusing on analyzing it and not actually enjoying it. But I think that Joe Rogan is something I really enjoy because of how good he is at, like, curating the conversation, and, like, just what a talented conversationalist he honestly is. Like,
Yeah, but he's authentic in that way. And he has skill,
true.
obviously.
That's true.
But there's better people that can do that better than Joe Rogan. Let's be fucking real here,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just Joe Rogan, the brand. He's a more authentic person than probably people who are better conversationalists than him.
But see, we have no idea. We don't know Joe Rogan.
We don't know Joe Rogan.
That's
what
the
I've always
brand
said.
that he's pushing, is that he's more authentic.
Of course, but often you see mistakes, you see character flaws in people when you listen to them for 3 hours. They slip out. You can't control it for that long, you know what I mean? It's in a raw, you see, and we see the mistakes of Joe Rogan. We do. We see when he gets aggressive and fucking tells Steven Crowder to stop being a little baby and like kisses at him and shit. Be like, you're being a fucking douche, bro. But that's just what's gonna happen. And if you make 3-hour segments, so it's different. I don't think you can do that and not be honest about what you're saying.
That's true. I'd start to friggin' hate you after a 3-hour podcast.
No, for real. We're only coming up on an hour and a half, and you guys,
I'm already starting to hate you.
I just counted down the boxing match between you guys, the verbal boxing match. But it's different, and I think it's dangerous too if you get analytical about the things you love, because then you start acting on it. And once you start acting on future thoughts that haven't actually happened, but you predetermined to happen, that's when you're fucked. Mm-hmm. But I think it's the people I really look up to are
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
See, no.
Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West. Kylie and Travis.
The people I look up to are the people who really own their mistakes big time, and very honest people. I look up to Kendrick Lamar's music because he has such an unbelievable ability to self-reflect in song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's just the role I look up to in life. And everybody has a different role. Mm-hmm. It's like that's definitely what I've fucking learned. It's like there is no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's like you decide. You decide how you live your life. It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Anything? Anybody gonna say anything?
No.
Anybody got anything to say? Jacob, you look like you stalled there for a sec. You look like the light went green, and you're like, "Oh shit, let me fucking restart the car."
Stalled. Oh no, there she goes. There she goes.
Honking at you from the
You're on a hill.
Okay, well, do you guys want to end it there? Well, I wanted to talk about what you were doing in school and shit, but I guess we can. It doesn't really matter, right?
Oh, that's honestly not that exciting.
Okay.
Next time.
No, it is pretty exciting. It's interesting.
It is.
Next time. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Okay.
Jacob loved the shit talk tonight.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jacob loves talking shit.
He does.
I do.
He's a troll. Like, to take this back, bring this, full circle. He is a troll.
He listens to InfoWars, but the ASMR version.
He's so
Alex
into
Jones
InfoWars
whispering.
that he has to go onto the deep web to find it, since it's like no longer anywhere.
Yeah, how crazy is that? That's actually crazy.
I'm gonna hire a lawyer and sue you guys
Actually,
I say rock on to everyone except for Jack Dorsey.
Okay, no, before we go anywhere, actually, I want, because I didn't even have that conversation with you, I don't think.
The info. Yeah, you're right. We actually didn't.
We didn't even have that conversation. What do you? We all have very different opinions. Actually, we probably don't. We probably don't. We're probably pretty similar. But
Jacob and I actually kind of got heated about it.
Okay, well then what? So InfoWars got banned from everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's the idea? What's the thought? What was happening the moment you heard that?
I think
I thought you were in the middle of a yawn there. Your mouth was so wide. But I think.
Oof, my ears.
Yeah, geez, that was loud.
Sorry,
aggressive.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry,
fans.
Don't call them fans as degrading.
No, okay. Well, I'm speaking to my fans.
Okay, yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah. Don't forget I run a Finsta.
Do you?
What?
A
Finsta.
Like a Finsta.
Yeah, I don't know what
friends. A friends only. It's like got like 60 followers. It's like super. Like, it's just one of those things you post stupid shit on.
Oh, true,
on Instagram.
Like a private Instagram.
A private Instagram. That would have been the perfect
Christian,
way to
I
just
think you could
Google
vlog. You've talked about it before.
Yeah.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, no, I've been told I could.
I totally think you could do it.
Yeah, I think you'd be a really good.
Or at least do a couple Instagram stories a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I think it'd be hilarious.
Yo, I'd totally watch Christian Briggs vlog.
Me too. It'd be hilarious.
Or even Instagram.
Ripping bowls and shit. But see, that's something where you have to be totally honest, or else it's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Anyways, sorry. Alex Jones.
I think it's a complete injustice to our system of freedom of the press, along with freedom of free speech and.
Okay, so no, wait. So what you're saying here is that you agree with Alex Jones and the Sandy Hill conspiracy.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, you want to clear that up for us because we got really confused on this side. When you said that, it was really tough.
Because I'm not an Alex Jones listener or supporter or anything of the sort. I think that Alex Jones probably told more lies than anything else. But I think that...
But think about it, Darth Vader told lies, bro.
What?
He wasn't censored, bro. They made a sixth movie about him.
But that was clearly fiction, what Star Wars was doing.
To some people, I guess. You know, some people were pretty big fans.
See, Alex Jones is phrasing his work as journalism and as fact, and that's where it can get dangerous with viewers, is that I don't think it was fact, but I think that it's important for the viewers to scrutinize that and for the viewers to make their decision. Because if we don't have freedom of speech, then how do we know what is fact and what isn't, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I'll leave it at this last point, that I think in Canada we have a very nice freedom of press system, that we have ultimate freedom of press because we also have the CBC, which is a government-run news network, which a lot of people look down on, you know, the state running their news, but we have private news networks as well, you know. We have a lot of...
So before we go into the semantics of it, I want to ask a question in response to that. So what do you think about, you know, how Jordan Peterson got famous, right?
Yeah, from YouTube videos.
But you know exactly the issue that got him popping.
It was that, okay, and it's often misunderstood because he addressed the issue of the new law they passed to include, was it transgender people in hate crimes? Is that what you're referring to?
No, yes, using the wrong pronoun.
Yeah. And he said that could... So what the actual law that changed is that we have the hate crime laws in Canada, hate speech, that you're not allowed to say the N-word in like a public, hateful, discriminatory fashion, or like, you know, like...
Ooh, I'm going to prison, I guess.
But no, it's
that out.
It's much different though, because if we said on the podcast that we want to cause harm to a lot of black people, or, you know, cause harm to a lot of Jewish people or gay
Jacob,
people,
I'm gonna take that and snippet it and make it the ad for this podcast.
Yeah, let's totally sensationalize this. Yeah, Alex Jones
just using ads against the advertiser.
I'm going to put it on the side of a huge building. Jacob Van Dyke. A quote. Okay, sorry, go on.
But the law that was adjusted is to include, if you discriminate against transgender people, to be included in hate speech, was the summary of... And he made it seem as though if he said something on a podcast about how, you know, there's mental health issues about people changing their gender, then that would be seen as hate speech and he could be thrown in jail for saying something like that.
No, but also the big issue was that if someone doesn't mean to call you by the wrong pronoun, you can classify that as hate speech, and that would mean the law is on your side.
Wait.
But that's wrong. It could be argued that in a court of law, you might be able to win that case based on the new law, because as a professor in a classroom, maybe possibly you could win that case. But it's that's not what the law was at all. He ridiculously stretched what the new law of the there was nothing about pronoun. Like, it wasn't.
But the message of the point was the free speech thing, and I honestly don't think, I'm a very fucking liberal dude, but I don't think in any way speech should be penalized by law unless you're inciting violence.
But that's all hate speech can really cover. That's all it ever has in cases. That's the only, like, if you can cite another...
I get that in cases, but it still is law written down. There's law that's institutional. There's a point. I just think you should, if you're gonna... The only way to have beautiful speech is to have hate speech. And we're going to have hate speech. I don't know. I don't want to say we need to have it. In a utopia, you wouldn't want to have it. But it's going to be there no matter what. We were just talking about the fucking Holocaust jokes. You know what I mean? Technically, that's hate speech, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to be there because it's a slippery slope once you start taking away freedom of speech. And that's what they've done. And it's crazy because in the Alex Jones case, it's not the government. It's the major corporations that are doing it. It doesn't even have to be government regulation. It's people in boardrooms making decisions.
But Alex Jones's shit wasn't censored by the government at all.
That's what I just said.
It was censored by a private corporation.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. And that's fine.
But he violated those corporations' terms, you know? Like, he was on their platforms,
okay.
and he was
that's
utilizing...
a totally different other issue. What do you think about it? The initial banning of it.
Of Alex Jones?
Yeah.
I think it's totally warranted.
Yeah.
You know, he was putting some pretty awful shit up there. Yeah. And I think that, you know, anybody who's going to sensationalize anything about Islam or immigrants or just anyone, just the shit he was doing. Like, I can't even think of a specific example right now. Mm-hmm. But, like, just the stuff he does is not okay. It sensationalizes everything. It incites a lot of feeling in a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, his viewers aren't, like, I'm making a generalization, I'm making whatever, but I don't think his viewers are educated enough to make those kind of connections for themselves to be like, okay, like, what this guy is saying is true to this extent, but beyond this, that's stretching it. You know, this guy is, like, taking it too far. Yeah. And that's where, you know, he has empowered people like Donald Trump to take office. So I'm like,
Have you ever met someone who actually watches it consistently? Like, who's actually a follower of it?
Thank God, no. Yeah. But I also do not surround myself with people like that. Like, and I will also make a point to
trippy,
not.
Though, you said that the people were they were less educated on average, and it's a generalization. You made clear it's a generalization. It's all right. It's just my thought is that it's fucking scary because more oftentimes than not, the viewer of Alex Jones has actually been incredibly intelligent from my experience. And I find that
me too. I
find that even scarier than
me too.
Someone not being intelligent. He has the ability to gain the attention of people who are actually doing analysis within topics.
And I agree, and that's where I think his fame has come from, is, you know, like, platforms like CNN or Fox News bringing him on to commentate and to, like, you know, to comment on these issues, these real world issues.
He never brings them on. They never bring Alex Jones
I'm pretty sure he's been on some, like talk shows.
No,
it was.
I'm pretty sure he's been.
It's rare.
I'm pretty sure he's been.
Like the Megyn Kelly thing, right?
He's been given some credibility.
It was a big controversy because CNN said they weren't going to allow Roger Stone or Alex Jones on the network at all anymore, and they, you know, argued the fact that if you're not going to let people in government, or, well, quasi-government, you know, media or whatever you want to call it, on their network, then they're more of an opinion network than anything. And I think that it's fair for them to make that argument, and I'll revise my message of saying that it's an injustice because the government didn't intervene. I think it's YouTube's right to take Alex Jones content off if they think it's going to hurt their brand. I think that that's totally fair in, like, a private marketplace. But I think it's probably the wrong decision. I think it's definitely the wrong decision.
I agree, and it's because you can't play with the rules. Jordan Peterson even said this in an interview. He said, once you start playing with the rules, now Facebook, now you're in charge of the morality.
Exactly.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. You're gonna be some deep shit with a big issue, and it's not gonna be your control, but people are gonna look at you like you're in control.
Yeah.
So have fun with that. But it goes back to the conversation of we always talk about being in a very capitalist society and how we switch back from capitalists and communists. You know, there's been waves of different eras in this world, and when is it to the point where corporations are too strong that they need heavy regulation, just like government needs heavy regulation? Because these corporations congregated, obviously, because they all did it at the same time, and they decided to deplatform him. And they deplatformed him from basically the entire world because they have such a monopoly on the user attention within that space. And he's not on TV anywhere.
Yeah, honestly, just as a liberal, I'm like, fuck you, peace. See you never, Alex Jones. Like, honestly, like, I understand the like, this is such an important thing, but, like, I'm not gonna miss the guy. Like, I'm not, like, it's...
Me neither. I did not listen to any Alex Jones.
Exactly.
Content.
Sometimes I'd go to Alex Jones and watch some of his shit.
Yeah, like, I have watched.
Because
but I don't
like
subscribe
balance.
to any of the messages that he... Like, I don't like Alex Jones.
Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely not. It's just, like, he's not credible. I do not consider him a credible person.
I remember watching the Bohemian Grove thing with you back in the day, and that's some trippy ass shit.
But I never thought it was, man. I always thought that was just bullshit.
Yeah, see,
to
but
be honest.
It's crazy. It's trippy that it's not like it had any conclusive answers, obviously, but it's weird that people congregate.
It was trippy.
If people congregate in the woods and pray to like owl statues at weird ceremonies at night, and that's strange. Normal people don't do that. I can't imagine my life ever wanting to do that. But there was some. But the craziest thing about him and Donald Trump, I feel, is there's always like a hint of truth. There's always like a hint of truth within the lie. So there's a little something within the lie. But people call Alex Jones a racist. And that is something that you may take that message from your perspective, but I think in all reality you can't call him that from an objective perspective.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't say anything, and that's where the fucking shit gets lost. And then it's like, what do you think that the banning of Alex Jones has the ability to even make his name even bigger?
I think it has the
short term.
Yeah,
there's an effect that happens when you take someone off the air. I was thinking about that.
But
today.
at the scale he was already at, I don't think that it will make him bigger. But I see what you're saying. Like, it definitely is possible for that to happen.
And I think also, like you said, like, because all of these platforms have such a monopoly and they have silenced him.
You know, it's an interesting
like,
thought.
There's very, like...
But just like the right wing has been leaning on for the past few years is this quick news cycle. This quick news cycle of microwave news. Of one story comes out one day, the next story comes out the next day, and maybe liberals or whatever you want to say is they're taking advantage of that now with Alex Jones because it's going to be big news one day, but the next day he's just going to be gone. It's a quick news cycle. The next day Michael Cohen got arrested. You know what I mean? Like, it's a quick news cycle. And that shit's crazy. Do you see the Time? I know we're dragging on here. But did you see the Time the Time magazine cover?
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible. It's so dope, man.
Yeah.
It's a series.
It's
It actually...
so sick, man.
But it was an obviously predictable thing. Like, it is very interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's something that everyone's been able to, like,
cool.
see. Like, you know,
What
like,
do you
even...
mean? Wait, what do you mean it was a very predictable thing?
Yeah, like Christian was saying. Like, everybody would have been able to see...
Like, because it's...
Say it. Articulate that point.
Because everybody would have been able to see, like, what was...
that he was going to be in deep water right now?
Yeah.
But that's not true. Because not everybody can see that he would have been president. That's there's a lot of people, but I don't even think that's
But
the
they
point.
published
I
that
don't-
first one after he became president.
Yeah, I was
but
going to say, in the time frame of these covers,
Yeah, but I don't think that's the point. It's not they're trying to be Aristotle or whoever, Nostradamus. They're
No,
not trying
no.
to predict the future. It's just
It's
such
cool the way they
it's
did it,
such
yeah.
a dope piece of art. The
Yeah,
way
it's cool.
it's executed. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, I have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a
Okay,
dip
let's
too.
wrap up. All right. Peace out, homies.
Peace, homies.
Peace.